जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय Jaya Gospat Paravangja Paribrajagacharya Sattva Sadasyamal Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi ki Jai, Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai, Sri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Girivardhan ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Navadvip Dham ki Jai, Ganga Mai ki Jai, Jamuna Mai ki Jai, Tulasi Devi ki Jai, Bhakti Devi ki Jai, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki Jai. All glories to the Asambhal Lord. All glories to the Asambhal Lord. All glories to the Asambhal Lord. Thank you very much.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 6th Chapter, text number 6, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 22nd of June, 1976, in New Vrindavan, West Virginia.
Translation. Every human being has a maximum duration of life of 100 years, but for one who cannot control his senses, half of those years are completely lost, because at night he sleeps 12 hours, being covered by ignorance. Therefore such a person has a lifetime of only 50 years.
Pungso Varsha Satam Hiyayu Sadadham Chajitatmanaha Nishkalang Jadasuraksya Siti Andham Prapitasama. Life is so valuable that we cannot waste even a second without any profit. That is the aim of life. The materialist person, especially in country like yours, they calculate. I do not know, when I was in India, I heard it, that if you go to see an important businessman, his secretary, while talking with that man, the secretary gives you a card, then Mr. Such and such cannot spare more than 2 minutes. Is it right? Huh? Anyway, we should not waste our time. Either you act materially or spiritually. But materially, we have no business. Although we have taken it, the material business is very important, and spiritual business has no meaning. This is the sum and substance of modern civilization. But so far, we are concerned, not only we, everyone, the human life is only meant for spiritual purpose, not for material. In the previous verse, Prahlad Maharaj has said, Tato jateta kusala chimayo bhavamasita sarirang paurusam jaman na vipaddita puskalam. Before that he said, Tat prayasana kartavyam jato ayud bhaya param na tatha mindati chimam mukunda charanamriyam. People are so ignorant that they cannot understand what is the importance of this valuable human form of life. This is Prahlad Maharaj's instruction from the very Durlabha manusana janma tadapi arthadam adurvam. Kumara Asari Praga Dharman Bhagavatanya Durlabhanga Manasa. Just like these small children, they are being trained up in this Bhagavad Dharma. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Bhagavad Dharma means hearing, chanting of the Supreme, glories of the Supreme Lord. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu, not for others. If somebody says, yes, I am hearing always to the telephone, I am doing business. No, not that kind of hearing. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu. If you can contact Vishnu or his devotee Vaishnava, that is all right. Otherwise you are simply wasting time. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Padasiva. Always constantly thinking of him. These are the bhakti ways. There are 9 different processes prescribed in the Shastra. Samanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Padasivanam, Archanam, this is Archanam. Worshipping the deity in the temple. This is called Archanam. The Lord is called Archavigraha, Archavata. He is also incarnation. Another incarnation of Archavata. He is giving facility to the devotee to handle him. If you do not get the opportunity to serve the Lord, how you can be perfect? So this Archavigraha is Lord's incarnation to give facilities to people like us who cannot see God everywhere. For the neophyte devotees, it is essential to worship the deity. But if you simply worship the deity without hearing about the Lord, Savanam Kirtanam, these things are essential. Then the deity worship will be a burden. At a certain point, it will be a burden and gradually it will be neglected and the whole thing will be spoiled. Both things should continue. Bhagavat Marga and Pancharatriki Marga. Deity worship is Pancharatriki Vidhi and Bhagavat Marga is hearing, chanting like that. Both of them should be accepted, parallel line. Otherwise, one without the other will be later on troublesome. So we must continue. This temple means not only we shall decorate the deity very nicely, cleanse the temple, Sri Vigraha Radhana Nityanana, Singara, Tan Mandira, Marjanadu, Yuktasya Bhaktang, Sanjundusopi. So the temple worship should go on. At the same time, Savanam Kirtana of Vishnu must go on. Two things parallel. Then it will be done very nicely. So, actually this life is meant for this purpose. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu. There is no other purpose. All other activities secondary. So those who are very much advanced in spiritual life, just like the Brahmanas, the sannyasis, they did not bother about what to eat, where to sleep. Sex life is completely forgotten. Even where to eat, where to sleep, there is no such consideration. Simply engage in Krishna consciousness. That is the only business. Of course, we cannot do that in a neophyte state. But actually, that is the only purpose. Unfortunately, the modern civilization has discovered so many artificial ways of life that it is very, very difficult to execute Krishna consciousness business. So therefore, Prahlad Maharaj said that simply for sense gratification, if we waste our time, that is not good. Tat prayasana kartambam. Don't waste your time for increasing the scope of sense gratification. That is not at all required. Tat prayasana kartambam jato ayudvaya param. Ayu means duration of life. Simply wasted. Vaya means expended or wasted. Param. This duration of life, human form of life, is param. Param means the supreme. Not like cats and dogs. They are ayu, they also live for some time. We also live. But their life is useless. They cannot understand Krishna. But we human beings, if we are trained up, we can understand Krishna consciousness. Therefore it is called param. Everything is param. Just like anna. Anna means ordinary rice. And paramanna. Paramanna means the first class, sweet rice, cooked with milk. You have got good experience. So, similarly, ayu, the ant has got ayu, the worm has got ayu, the cat has got ayu, some duration of life. But so far the human being is concerned, that is paramayu. Paramayu. So if we waste our time simply for sense gratification, then we waste our this valuable life. Prahlad Maharaj advises. Tat prayasana kartabhya jato ayudvaya param na tatha mindate kshemam. We are acting, working for some good achievement. So our achievement means the human form of achievement is Mukunda Charanambujam. Mukunda means Krishna. How to get shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the supreme achievement. Therefore Prahlad Maharaj said, Tato jateta kusala kshemaya bhavamasrita. Those who are fallen in this material world, somehow or other, it is not our place. This is a rotten place, but somehow or other we are fallen. Bhavamasrita. We have, instead of taking shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, we have taken shelter of this material world. Therefore it is called bhavamas. For them, it is imperative that sarirang paurasang javad na vipadita puskaram. So long we are young, very strong body, senses are very working nicely, these opportunities should be utilized for advancing Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a calculation is there. That one will think, yes, that's all right, but I will live at least 100 years, so let me enjoy now sense and later on we shall see the business of Krishna consciousness. No. Prahlad Maharaj is one thing. Yes, we have maximum. But nobody is now living 100 years. Everyone knows it. This is the symptom of Kali Yuga. That Prayena alpayayusha kalovasmin yugedana mandas mandamatayo mandabhagya upaddusa. Indeed, the symptom of this age, Kali Yuga, is that we are not living the full term of our life, 100 years. We are not living. So, Anyway, supposing we shall live 100 years, Pungso Varsha Satang Ayu, Tad Artham Cha Ajitatmana. Ajitatmana, Ajita means not conquered. One who has not been able to conquer over the sense activities, for them it is not, even if he lives for 150 years immediately minus. With sleeping. In our temple in New York, in the beginning, when I was having classes in the morning, at 7 o'clock, still people from here and there, they will come and protest and go to the police because you are disturbing their sleep. They want to sleep as much possible hours. I think that is very great gain in the Western country, to sleep. So to sleep means simply waste of time. You must know it. Either I sleep 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, it is simply waste of time. The valuable life which you have got, immediately so many hours minus. Sleep is not good. Sleep, if we can do without sleep, that is perfect. Not that let me enjoy sleep. 12 hours, 14 hours, whole life. No. That is waste of time. Nidra hyate natrang babayana chababaya viva charte haya rajan kutumbam bharane va. The materialistic way of life means nidra hyate natrang. At night, either sleep or enjoy sex. Nidra hyate natrang babayana cha. Babaya means sex. And at daytime, viva charte haya rajan. At daytime, where is money? Where is money? Where is money? Go, take your car and run. So, viva charte haya rajan, and when you get money, kutumma bharane nava. Then find out, purchase something for my wife, for my children, for myself, spend the money. Again night come, again sleep, again sex, again day come, all right, go to market, earn money and spend it. This is called material. So it is very difficult to convince the people of the modern age how they are wasting their time, how they are risking their life by this way of irresponsible life of material existence. They are thinking that the more I enjoy sex, the more I enjoy sleeping, that is perfect, that is my profit. And to convince them, no, it is simply loss. You are simply risking your life. It is very difficult. But this is the fact. This is the fact in this way, because in this duration of life, if I do not make my life perfect, stop the materialistic miserable condition, namely janma mrityu jara vyadhi, birth, death, old age and disease, then I am missing the opportunity. Next life will be given by the laws of nature, just like you are in the forest, you see so many trees are standing. You do not know how many years they will stand. Yes, it is possible. If I have acted just like a tree, nonsense, then no sense. That's a tree that has no sense. If you cut it, it does not reply. Because practically it has lost the senses. There is some senses, consciousness, but it is not developed. It is not developed. The animal, little more developed. The human, fully developed. This is all the consciousness has stages of different consciousness. And when we come to the stage of Krishna consciousness, this is perfect. Otherwise, in the lower grade. So if we neglect in this life, human form of life, to develop our Krishna consciousness, then there is chance to become an animal, to become a tree. So, people do not know how this science is working, but this is the fact. Prakritikriyamanani punai karmani sarvasa tathadehantara prapti. So we have to read all these things very carefully. Tathadehantara, after death there is dehanta, another body. So we must be very careful what kind of body I am going to get. Now, this life I have got very nice, beautiful body and everything is all right. But if we act irresponsibly, the nature will give me a suitable body. Otherwise, why there are so many varieties of life? 8,400,000. So we should be very, very careful not to waste the duration of life, even by a second. We shall eat less, then we shall sleep also less. Nidra, hara, vihara, kadi. Then our sex appetite also will be less. Unnecessarily eating, unnecessarily sleeping is not required at all. That is the practice by the Goswamis. Nidra, hara, vihara, kadi vidito. They conquered over eating, sleeping, mating. There is no question. There sannyasi, renounced order of life. And defense also there is no question, because it will be dependent on Krishna, the most powerful defender. So there was no question of defense. Simply two things, eating and sleeping. So that they also conquered. Nidra, hara, vihara, kadi, vidito, chatanto, dino. So, spiritual life means you have to control. That is called Goswami. One who has control over the senses, one who has control over eating, you will find this instruction in the nectar of instruction. Jivha vegam, udaro vegam, upastha vegam, manaso vegam. Etan vegan jabhisayeta dhira pratibhinsa sishya. Guru should be, Guru means one who has control over the six engagements. To control the urge of the mind. The mind wants to do this. No, if it is not profitable, don't do this. That control of mind. Control over the senses, control the words. I am angry, I want to abuse somebody with some illness. No, what's that? Control of it. Talking, always unnecessary, useless talking. That is control over the tongue. Bhakam, Bhachabhegam, Krodhavegam. I am just going to be very angry upon it. No, you have to control. In this way, when one is able to control over these things, especially Jivha vegam, udara vegam, upastha vegam, straight line, the urge of the tongue, the urge of the belly, and the urge of the genital, then we become Swami, Goswami. Artificially, it is not, it is the practice. Nidra, vegam. These are material things. So, to control over the material urges, that is required. You have to come to the spiritual plan. That is called tapasya. Tapodibbang putrakadina suddheta satya jasmad brahma sukham anantam. We are searching after happiness. But in the material world, you cannot have happiness. That's a fact. Whatever little happiness you get, that is also distress. One has to attain to that stage of happiness with distress. So that's a long history. Everyone knows that happiness is not possible, but we arrange to get so-called happiness means sense gratification. That is not happiness. Sukham atantikam jattat atindriyagrayam. Directly sense perception is not happiness. These things are in the Bhagavad Gita. You find Sukham atantikam jatya tat atindriyagrayam. Atindriya means beyond this material sense. Transcendental. There is another happiness. That is transcendental bliss. That we perceive little bit while we are chanting. By chanting, when we will be purified, then we have the opportunity of tasting the transcendental bliss. Otherwise, the so-called happiness derived from the senses, that is not happiness. That is crude, that is for the fools and rascals, that is not happiness. So we shall utilize our time very carefully. Pumsa Barsa Satang, because here is the calculation that although supposing that I shall live for 100 years, Pumsa Barsa Satang hi ayu tad ardham cha aditatmana. Immediately, those who are not controlling the senses, ordinary, they are immediately, at least half, minus 50 years gone for sleeping. And then, nisphalang jadasau ratra sete andhang prapitas samam. So in this way, if we are actually serious, it is not that we are imposing some. We must be serious about the Krishna consciousness business, that simply by understanding Krishna or simply being Krishna conscious, we become liberated. Janma karmam samay dibbam. Jo janati tattata takta dehang punarjanma ki mame. You are taken to Krishna consciousness, take it a little more seriously and practice, follow the rules and regulations, chant regularly, then your life will be successful. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So here, in the beginning of the class, Prabhupada told that we should not waste time without dash dash dash. We should not waste even a second without dash dash dash. Edukondali bro, you can answer. No, we should not waste even a second without your business. We should not waste even a second without any profit. Hari Bol. So we should not waste anything without Prabhupada was telling that we should gain something for it. Just because we are sitting down and nothing is there, so do whatever you want, not like that. And what is sum and substance of modern civilization? What is sum and substance of modern civilization? Yes. Little more. Prabhupada told, this is the sum and substance of modern civilization. They give, we have taken it material business as very important and spiritual business has no meaning. This is the sum and substance of modern civilization. Hari Bol. Then Prabhupada quoted from Prahlad Maharaj verse that from when we should start Krishna consciousness? Childhood. How means what age?
5 years.
Hari Bol. So just like these small children, they are being trained up in this Bhagavata Dharma. That is the thing. Then Prabhupada told, hearing and chanting is going on, but it should be for whom? And Prabhupada quoted one shloka. Vishnu Smaranam. Shravanam Kirtanam is going on.
Should happen for Vishnu.
It should happen for Lord Vishnu, and then Vishnu Smaranam should happen. Remembrance of Lord should be there. Hari Bol. Because everywhere we see Shravan and Kirtan is going on. Somebody is speaking, somebody is hearing. Somebody is writing, somebody is reading. But it should be for whom we should remind of Krishna, each other. And then Prabhupada spoke about the deity form. What are they? Deity form is called as? Yes, Prabhu. Naveen. Archa Vigraha, and their avatar. Archa avatar. His incarnation. He is not like some idol is there and we are worshipping. No, he is Lord directly. He is there. Hari Bol. And why these Archa Vigrahas are there? Why the Archa Vigrahas are there? Yes, ma'am.
Lord is giving us the opportunity to serve Him, dress Him, all those things. Lord is giving us the opportunity to serve Him through Archamurti.
Yes, Hari Bol. So, facilities to people like us who cannot see God everywhere, these Archa Vigrahas are there. Hari Bol. So, for the neophyte devotees, essentially, to worship the deity is recommended. And then somebody may ask, then what is the use of then reading, hearing, chanting? If you don't read and hear, then what will happen?
Deity worship become burden.
Raise hand, na? हमारे पास माइक है. Yes, tell now answer. Tell now. Deity worship will become burdensome, and then what will happen gradually? Gradually, what will happen? It will be neglected and spoiled. Hari Bol. So what these two paths are called as? Deity worship and reading and chanting? Wait.
Bhagavata Marga and Pachayata Marga.
Bhagavata Marga means what?
Moving towards the Bhagavad.
No. Bhagavata Marga, there are two things, reading, hearing, chanting and deity worship. Two things are there. Bhagavata Marga means what?
Reading,
hearing, chanting, that is Bhagavata Marga. And deity worship means?
Parajata.
Pancharatrika Vidhi.
ప్రత్యర్థ మార్గం
पंचरात्रिका विधि
పంచతీర్థ
पंचरात्रिका विधि हरि बोल. So without doing one thing, other will be troublesome. So only deity worship and everything, that will not go for long. We hear that one anecdote from Prabhupada only. That person will take shaligram and break the nuts inside the temple. So then ahead Prabhupada told that what is the meaning of Prabhupada told that all other activities for the devotees are secondary. So what all other activities are secondary for the devotees? Prabhupada mentioned some activities, that all other activities are secondary, and then he mentioned some things. These activities are secondary. Correct?
Eating, sleeping.
Eating, sleeping, making elaborate arrangement for different menus and everything. That is secondary for devotees. Hari Bol. And sex life is completely forgotten. Even what to eat, where to sleep, there is no such consideration. What to eat and where to sleep, no consideration. It's amazing. But then, why executing Krishna consciousness is becoming so difficult nowadays? If it is so simple, then why it is becoming difficult? Vishnu Prasad, bro.
Advancement of modern civilization is bringing out more options for sense gratification.
And Prabhupada told one more thing that is very specific. This you told correctly. Advancement of civilization has discovered so many things. Because of that,
Making lazy.
because of that, life is becoming what? Artificial way of life. Hari Bol. So Prabhupada told, unfortunately, the modern civilization has discovered so many artificial ways of life that it is very, very difficult to execute Krishna consciousness business. That time Prabhupada was telling that artificial way of life. Now what will be there? मिश्रा जी की वाइफ शर्मा जी की वाइफ को बोलती है कल हम आइकिया गए थे, ये लाया वो लाया. So that is artificial way of life. And says that simply for sense gratification, if we waste our life, that is not good. Tat prayasana kartavyam. Don't waste your time for increasing the scope of sense gratification. Again and again Prabhupada mentioning that. Sense gratification. Then Prabhupada told the difference between animal life and human life. What is human form of life compared to animal life? No, human life. Raise the hand, then I'll ask. One specific word Prabhupada used. No?
Paramanam.
Param.
Just like Anna is just ordinary food. Paramana means
Param means human form of life is superior. And then Prabhupada told the example of
Paramana.
Anna and Paramanna. Anna does not mean the elder brother. Anna means rice. And Paramanna means sweet rice cooked in milk. Hari Bol. Not like just rice cooked in water and then added some milk in that. Not like that. It is cooked in milk, and after that it is garnished with jaggery and ghee and many other things. That is Paramanna. So it is superior. So similarly, human form of life is superior than animal life. And why it is superior? Why it is called as Param then? Why it is Param? Because in that kaju and ghee and milk is there, that is why. Why human form of life is Param? What is the facility we have?
We have
develop consciousness to practice Krishna consciousness.
We can understand Krishna consciousness. Hari Bol. Animals cannot understand Krishna, but we human beings understand that we are human beings, not other somebody else is human being. We human beings, we are trained up and we can understand Krishna consciousness. Therefore, it is Param. Everything is Param, just like Anna and Paramanna. Then Prabhupada gave that example. So, human being is concerned, and that is Param Ayuhu. Param Ayu means the superior life. And then Prabhupada told us that this superior life should be used for Mukunda Charanambhujam. Last week also that same word Prabhupada was using, Mukunda Charanambhujam. Then Prabhupada told when to practice Krishna consciousness. When to practice Krishna consciousness. Yes.
So Kaumara is pregnant, that is there, and youth, especially youth, we are so strong and senses are very strong. So we have to utilize the strength in the service of
from
Lord.
beginning again tell.
When we are young, the senses are strong, so we can utilize for the service of Lord.
Hari Bol. So when we are young, very strong body, senses are working nicely. This is the opportunity should be utilized for advancing in Krishna consciousness. Not that when our senses are gone, hardly we are able to walk, we need one more leg to walk. That lathi, eyes are hard of seeing, ears are not able to hear. That is not the time to give to Krishna. But when body is strong, young and working nicely, that is the time to use in Krishna consciousness. But then people think that we will do it later. But who knows? People think that 100 years are there. Then Prabhupada told that that is also not guaranteed. In Kali Yuga, 100 years is maximum. But that is also not guaranteed. Then somebody was falling asleep. And Prabhupada told him to go on the side wall. So what is the greatest gain in Western countries? What is the greatest gain in Western countries? What is the greatest gain in Western country? Yes, please. Sleep. Hari Bol. Somehow if you are able to get some time for sleeping, that is the greatest gain. And nowadays that is coming in India also. As soon as students or anybody gets little time, what they will do? Sleep. Morning sleeping, afternoon sleeping, after college sleeping, night also sleeping. So as soon as little time, sleeping. That is why 12 hours to 14 hours. Prabhupada is saying, let me enjoy sleep. 12 hours, 14 hours, whole life. That is the problem. So then Prabhupada was telling how the time of materialistic person goes. How does he spend his life from second canto Prabhupada quoted 213.
Night they will either sleep or have sex. Again in the morning they get up, go for work, earn money, and again spend and sleep nicely, have sex and continue.
So Prabhupada is telling Indriya Hriyate Naktam Vyavayena Cha Vavayaha Diva Charhate Ya Rajan Kutumba Bharnenava. So night goes either in sleep or sex indulgence, and daytime Kutumba Bharnenava. Go take car, run here, there, purchase this, purchase that. That is how their time goes. So it is very difficult to convince the people of modern day how they are wasting their time and how they are risking their life. They think that this is the success of life, running here, there, everywhere. This is success. But it is very difficult for them to convince that they are wasting time. Then Prabhupada told 5 levels of consciousness, 5 levels of Chaitana. advancement of consciousness. What are they? Prabhupada quoted 3 of them, but you can tell all 5 somebody. Navin Pro, give to Navin.
Said about trees.
Trees, they are in which consciousness?
Like completely sankuchit,
Completely
very low
covered.
level of they can't move.
That is called as Avritta Chetana.
Avritta Chetana.
Then
sankuchit. Then
sankuchit.
Like evolve little blossoming like
reptiles
animals,
and insects.
Animals. Then human
animals
beings.
Come to third.
Yeah. Highest is human beings.
So Avritta, Sankuchita, Mukulita, Vikasita and Purna Vikasita. These are the 5 levels of consciousness. So Avritta Chetana means trees. Sankuchita means insects and reptiles. Mukulit means beasts and animals. Then Vikasita are human beings and Purna Vikasita are
pure devotees.
Pure devotees. Hari Bol. And then Prabhupada told what is the reason of having this 8.4 millions of species. Why these species are existing? Why those many species are existing? Yes, please.
We have taken shelter of this material world. We have forgotten shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. We have forgotten shelter of Krishna's lotus feet and we have taken shelter in this material world.
And also Prabhupada quoted one more thing.
Prakriti
Kriyamanani Gune Karmani Sarvesha and Tatha Dehantara Praptir. Again one more verse Prabhupada quoted. Yet Tatha Dehantara Praptir. Because after giving up this body, one will accept another body based upon his karma. And so though this 8.4 million species exist to accommodate the desires of different living entities. Hari Bol. So then Prabhupada told what should be our business, what we should do. We should be very, very careful not to waste our duration of life, even by second. Then what we should do, how to save the time? How to save the time? Prabhu. B and Didi. What? Battery?
We should sleep less and eat less.
And then what will happen?
Then we will not will able to control senses.
So Prabhupada told we shall eat less and sleep less. Nidrahara vihara kadi vijitao. Then our sex appetite will also be lessened. Unnecessary eating and unnecessary sleeping is not required at all. Hari Bol. This is Goswami. And then Prabhupada quoted from the first shloka of NOI. Who is a Goswami? Who can make the disciples all over the world? Yes, bro.
Who can control the senses? He is Goswami.
Can you tell the shloka if possible? Okay, Prabhupada told about controlling the mind. Anybody can complete the shloka?
Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jivha vegam udropastha vegam etan vegan yoviheta jira prutim sarvamapi mam prutim dasishya. So
Vishayeta dhira. Hari Bol. So Prabhupada told Goswami means he controls his vacha, means speech. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, mind, anger, jiva vegam, udaropastha vegam. He controls his senses. That is Goswami. And then in 551 also, where Rishabdev tells his sons, Tapo divyam putrakayana satam shuddhet. But generally people think that Sukham means what? Sukham atyantikam yat tad indriyam grahyam. To satisfy the senses is the happiness. That is not a real bliss. Prabhupada told this happiness derived from senses is what? Very crude happiness. That is for whom? That is for fools and rascals. That is not happiness. So happiness derived from the sense gratification is very crude happiness. What do you mean by crude happiness? Like in the colleges, people they will drink and where they will fall? Into gutter or commode and everything. That is very crude happiness. And that is for whom? That is for fools and rascals. People think that that is happiness. And then Prabhupada told that 50 years are gone in a life. And then Prabhupada told, we are not imposing something on you. We must be serious about Krishna consciousness business. That simply by understanding Krishna, simply being Krishna conscious, we become liberated. And then Prabhupada told, he appealed to the people, the devotees sitting. What was the appeal? You have taken to Krishna consciousness, take it little more seriously and practice, follow the rules and regulations, chant regularly, then your life will be successful. Hari Bol, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada,
Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada ki.